Good morning, beloveds. I may have pushed myself a little bit on Sunday while we were at the gym. And then on yesterday, I forgot to take the prescription anti-inflammatory and my Sjogren's med. I missed 2 doses of the Sjogren's med and 1 of the anti-inflammatories. So today, I hurt. I'm just like, every time I think I can get off the anti-inflammatory, I'll do something like that, and my body will go, yeah, no, not yet. Not yet. Whatever it is that you need to do, you haven't figured it out yet. So I listen, and, I'm not going to miss any more doses of the meds until I can get this situation sorted out. If I was like Emma and could play hardball metaphysics, I could fix this thing, and I'm not. I'm not Emma. So I am like every other, human spiritual being having a human experience and muddling through. It is so when things are just all kinds of messy, remember that. Remember that. The people that look like they have it all together, they probably don't. They're just putting up a good front. I don't have it all together. I just do my work and keep going. All right. But it is May 23rd. A good attitude helps. Okay. It's May 23rd. Our title is The Pearl of Great Price. And our author is Carolyn Munz, M-U-N-Z. And it's published in Divine Studies and Divine Science from 2010. So, yes. And she starts and ends with a quote from the Bible. So, the pearl of great price. Acquaint thyself now with spirit and be at peace. And that is Job 22:21. The attainment of peace, poise, balance is the pearl of great price. No one enters a higher realization while they indulge in anger, worry, or resentment. One of the quickest and surest means of overcoming these baneful thoughts and emotions is by working definitely with the realization of peace. We live in a universe wherein peaceful activity is the creative power. Think how silently, yet how powerfully everything from atom to planet is brought forth. Think how harmoniously and powerfully the creative intelligence within you is replacing worn-out cells. How easily your thoughts come to you, how quickly your muscles respond to your will, all so peacefully done. When we recognize the spirit of peace, here and now, within and without, we have taken our first step in the realization of I am peace. Our foundation for living depends on the changelessness of that which God is and its law of action. God is peace. God activity is peaceful. I lift my thoughts to eternal truth every day. My peace I give unto you. John 14:27. Okay. So, she starts out with saying the attainment of peace, poise, and balance is the pearl of great price. No one enters into a higher realization while they indulge in anger, worry, or resentment. Now, what did I start out talking about? Okay. I talked about how I pushed myself a little bit and I hurt. Okay. And then I ended it by saying, but I've got a good attitude. And that's what she's talking about. Everybody's life is going to be messy. It doesn't have to be, but we are in relationship. We are in relationship with this material, the material universe. We are in relationship with each other. It happens. And the last thing we want to do is beat ourselves up about it. Okay? I missed a dose of my meds and I hurt yesterday. I was really, by the end of the day, I was just like, one of my coworkers took pity on me. She was like, look, you know what? I know you want to leave these here and come back for them, but why don't I help you carry them to your car? And then that way you don't have to do that. So, she had empathy for me and I was like, I can do this. Okay, we'll do that. And I was grateful to her. So that's one of those things. Anger, worry, and resentment are not going to get us anywhere. In fact, what they're going to do is make everything harder. They're going to make everything harder. So what we do is we focus on peace, poise, and balance. So that when I said that good attitude, that's what she's talking about. The pearl of great price is when we can meet the messiness of the material world with that peace. Because she goes on to talk about how everything from an atom to a planet, to our muscles all respond, and they respond in that peace. And so that's exactly it. When we do our spiritual work, when we do that spiritual work, when we buy that pearl of great price, it doesn't cost us our peace. It doesn't cost us our, what are the words that she's using here? Let me put this back on. It doesn't cost us our peace, poise, and balance. What it does cost us is our anger, worry, and resentment. Okay? Are you willing to pay for that peace by giving up the anger, the worry, and the resentment? Okay? I mean, yes. Yes, I am. I hurt a lot yesterday, but being angry about it wasn't going to do anything other than possibly make it worse. And so today, when we got up and went for the walk, and yes, I was achy when I went for the walk, but I also understood, one, I needed to slow down. I couldn't walk as fast. And two, I needed to stop and stretch periodically. And three, I cut the walk a little short because I got to go to work today. And so I'm not going to beat myself up for the slower pace. Am I happy about it? No, but again, not going to beat myself up about it. I'm not going to, I'm not going to beat myself up for not walking as much as I usually do because I have all day ahead of me. So that's what I don't think it ever occurred to me that the pearl of great price, what is the price we're paying for it? We're giving up anger, worry, and resentment. We're giving up all of those negative interactions, all of those negative things that we could do. That is what we are paying with. Those are things I don't need to keep in my wallet anyway. If I'm gonna live a life of poise, balance, and peace, then heck yeah, I'm gonna give up anger. I'm gonna give up worry. I'm gonna give up resentment, because that's how you get to peace. I just never thought about it that way. That's just really cool, to think that I'm gonna buy that pearl of great price of peace, of poise, and pay for it with worry by giving up anger, worry, and resentment. Wow. I don't know if that's what she meant, but that's where I'm going to go with it. And I'm perfectly willing to pay for that, to use that currency, to give up anger, to give up worry, to give up resentment. Do I still get angry? Yes. Am I still going to worry? Probably a little bit. But the thing is what I do is when I catch myself with anger, with worry, with resentment, when I realize that that's what I'm doing, when I switch from unconsciousness to consciousness, and I go, well, what good is this doing me? And what else could I be doing with this time? What else could I be doing with this energy? Because I have said before that anger can be very useful. It is a powerful emotion, and when it is used, when it is used effectively, it can affect great change. So I'm not telling you not to get angry. I'm just telling you, if you do, make sure you've got it pointed in the right direction. But resentment and worry, that don't do you any good. So, what better use of your time could you make with that, What better use of your energy could you make than with regret? Sometimes with regret, what we have to look at is okay, well, maybe I can't do that. What could I do now? What could I do now? In worry, well, worry is the misuse of imagination is a quote from from Albert Einstein, but there was somewhere along the line, somebody said worriers, and it may have been Raymond Charles Barker, said worriers can make great treaters. They already know how to focus their energy. It's just what we're going to do is instead of worrying about a negative outcome, we're going to treat for a positive outcome. Same energy, but with a slightly different bent. Okay? So, all right, Carolyn Munz. When we recognize the spirit of peace here and now, within and without, we have taken our first step to the realization of I am peace. Our foundation for living depends on the changelessness of that which God is and its law of action. God is peace. God activity is peaceful. I lift my thoughts to the eternal truth every day. So, just how easily your thoughts come to you, how quickly your muscles respond. I really just think one of the quickest and surest means of overcoming these baneful thoughts and emotions is by working definitely with the realization of peace. I think that we're going to pay for that. We are going to pay for that pearl of great price. We are going to pay for peace and poise and balance with the anger, the worry, and the resentment. We're going to hand those over. And we are going to hand those over to the eternal, and we are going to go from there. And then, yeah. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it? The idea is to take that, to take that moment of unconsciousness when we catch ourselves indulging in those unconscious thoughts of anger, of resentment, of whatever it is, to flip that switch and consciously go, what better use could I be making of my time, my energy, and my thoughts? If you think about them like dollars out of your wallet, pay for it. Pay for that pearl of great price. Spend those dollars. You don't want to keep them in your wallet anyway. And buy that peace, buy that poise, and buy that balance. It's just a very, I can be very visual sometimes, and that's just an image I like. That is the mission today. You're gonna pay for that unconsciousness, and flip it to consciousness, and make better use of your time. So, and when you have days like I did yesterday, then you can do it with a good attitude. Nobody ever said that the material world wasn't going to be messy. But what we have said, and we will continue to say, is that it is possible to walk through it with peace, with poise, with balance. It is possible to do something about it. But if we're going to do it, we have to do it consciously. And we have to be willing to let go of anger, resentment, and the third one just popped out of my head. Worry. And remember that at any point you can flip those three into their opposites. All right? This one of the strengths of practitioners is, if you don't know what you want, then let's look at what you don't want and see if what you want is on the opposite side of that. So please try it. You might like it. So that's the mission today. All right. Take those out of your wallet, spend them, and buy that pearl of great price. The other mission, as always, as I have said, is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for you. It absolutely is a spiritual practice. It is a spiritual practice of self-care. All right. I want you to practice on yourself for a variety of reasons. One, you are your own best test subject. Is this the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do? You get immediate feedback. Two, I'm encouraging you to create a habit. By practicing the spiritual practice of doing something loving, kind, and compassionate for yourself, you are creating a well-worn path to the source of your own being, to the source of infinite love, infinite kindness, infinite compassion. Therefore, when you meet people who need a little extra, you got plenty to share. Because you got a well-worn path. You can get there blindfolded. And three, and this is the most important one, you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. All right? You're a beloved child of God. If we are going to work into that I am, this is how we do it. By taking care of ourselves. If we're going to live a life of service, the first thing we have to do is take care of ourselves, because we cannot pour from an empty cup. All right? And I am saying this as a woman because women are frequently taught to serve themselves last. No. Serve yourself first. Put your oxygen mask on first, and then help your neighbor, because you will do a much better job of it that way as well. So that's why I say it the way I do. Okay. I am going to, I feel like there's something. Oh, right. You know, I give you suggestions. Take a deep breath before you speak. Take a nap. Take a walk. Like I did today, I cut my walk a little shorter and I slowed down. Those are loving, kind, and compassionate things. But I'm also going to remind you, because I'm talking about self-care, that one of the other things is, I say it jokingly, eat dessert first. I do literally mean it. Sometimes I mean eat dessert first. But what I realized is that I'm also talking about your life is a special occasion. So treat it as such. Do the fun stuff. Wear the nice clothes. Don't save the good china. Use the good glasses. You know, do that kind of stuff. Make room for joy. You deserve joy in your life, but you got to make room for it. So make room for joy in your life. It is a quality of God. There is an infinite source of joy, and you deserve it. So make room for it in your life, all right? It's one of the requirements. Sometimes joy just comes, because joy, as soon as it's heard your name, comes galloping through, has been looking for you. That's a terrible rendition of it. Either a Rumi quote or a Hafiz quote. Joy has been looking for you since it's heard your name. But you got to make room for it. All right? If your stable is full of anger, worry, and resentment, there's no room for joy. So kick them to the curb. Kick them to the curb. All right. Sundays. I wonder where my metaphors go. But I'm also going to remind you to do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like to you today, even if it means doing it a little shorter and doing it a little slower. All right. It in the long run. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain works better when it's well hydrated. So please drink plenty of water. And I do remind you, get early in your day, bright light. There were no clouds in the sky, or virtually no clouds in the sky. So I got plenty of sunshine first thing this morning. I had to wear my sunglasses today, and that's a good thing. So what I'm talking about is called a circadian rhythm. It's a natural hormone balance. You can look it up. It's science. But that early in your day, on your face, bright light does help to reset those hormones, and you will have more energy during the day, and you will sleep better at night if you can do that. And artificial light helps too. So it's just one of those tips that I can give you that to help it's a simple 5-minute thing that can make your life better. All right. That's why I say it. And then, of course, last but not least, my Ernest Holmes quote, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. I talk about the material world being messy because it is. But that material world comes from the same source. The source of everything that we see is God. So that is a reminder that while the material world can be messy, heaven is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. We talk about that pearl with great price. That's what we're talking about. It is talking about going from unconscious to conscious, to making a choice about how we feel. And we can choose heaven every time. Absolutely. But we got to know that we can do it. So that's why Emma's advice is good. Look for the good and praise it. Every time we look for the good and recognize it, we are bringing ourselves closer to that heavenly mindset, closer to that heavenly consciousness. We come pre-installed. Jesus said the kingdom of God is within you. that means you have access to it. So take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. Take Ernest's advice. Recognize that it's all the same source. Open the windows of your soul. That soul that I'm talking about, that's God's soul. You've individualized a little piece of it for yourself. It's God's soul. And that's really amazing to me. All right. I know. I can get a little weird right there. But I'm going to remind you that here's where I'm going to jump into the social media part. Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. Please take advantage of the YouTube channels. Oh, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of videos on mine because I've got 3 books on mine. But the soul session playlists, I'm also, there's I still owe you 5 chapters of this thing called You. But hey, this thing called You can now listen to it. You know? It's my favorite book. Go try it. I'm contemplating doing the Science of Mind textbook. We'll see. All right. Over a year, not, in 16 chapters. Oof, that would be a lot. Okay. And I've just distracted myself. So if you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. Those hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you right to where you want or to the person that can help you get it. Okay. I am jumping on into... I have no idea. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but that's okay. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, a pearl of great price day, a flipping from unconscious to conscious day, a being willing to pay with. Take anger, worry, and resentment out of your wallet and buy that pearl of great price of peace, of poise, of balance. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark, a brilliant light. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, Godlings. You are a pearl of great price. Absolutely. So, know who you are. Explore the truth of your being. Get to know God's idea of you. Forget society, culture, gender, all of those ideas of who you are. Get to know God's idea of you because it's pretty cool. Actually, it's really cool. All right. So, I guess I'm at the part where I remind you, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.